Welcome, greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, Reverend Eliot, shuffling up the cards, coming to you live tonight on a very special night from the city of New York. Tonight is here in New York. It's the last hour of the new moon today, which means it's Chinese New Year. Today begins the year of the snake. I don't know if that's good or bad. There are good qualities in snakes, and there are bad qualities in snakes. Without snakes, we wouldn't have agents in the entertainment business. Snakes. But that starts today. It's as with the Hebrew culture, the holidays coincide with the new moon, which means there's no moon out there tonight. It's gone. It went away. Now that leads to one of my favorite forms of magic work. As of this evening, the moon will start getting large. You'll see a sliver, and then it'll grow bigger and bigger until you get in a couple of weeks to the full moon. Take a look outside every night in the next couple of weeks, and as the moon grows, picture prosperity growing, picture happiness growing, picture romance growing, picture anything you want in your life entering your life and growing. Now, when you hit the full moon, then the moon starts to wane, and you can go in the other direction. And you can, as it goes away, you can picture things in your life that you don't want leaving. See, it's nice and simple. But hey, this is a very good time of the year, the lunar New Year. I've got a few new products that I'm going to be putting on to mojoacademy.org starting tomorrow. I'll be adding web pages there, which I always dread because I do it so rarely that by the time I do it, the company has improved it. They've improved the software, which means I don't know what I'm doing. I liked it before all the improvements. This is what I like. I have great empathy for Dr. McCoy in Star Trek, who in Star Trek, the motion picture, that first big one, he was raving about engineers and how they just like to change things. Well, oh, brother, did you say a mouthful, man? So I will start doing that tomorrow. I'm taking tomorrow off from everything else so that I can build those 2 new pages for mojoacademy.org. mojoacademy.org. Now, by the way, if you go to mojoacademy.org right now, you'll see there's a 15% sale on books. And I'll check after the show. If it's not listed there, that's terrible omission on my part, and it should be there. But it's 15% is a nice little bite. It'll take a chunk out of the book sale, and I've got a lot of nice new books there that will change your life, and for the better, I hope. It's not enough to just change your life. Anybody with a hammer can change your life, but you want to change for the better. That's at least what I want. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I don't know what. I give up trying to figure out what people want. I just kind of hope that if you really want it, you can get it. The irony of the whole thing is the weirdness of the whole thing is that I've known so many people who got exactly what they wanted in life and then ended their life. So I don't know. I guess we're meant to be striving and questing, and maybe getting everything is too easy. Maybe we don't like that anymore. Or on the other hand, I used to tell people whose goal in life was to become rich and famous that what's the difference? You're just going to be the same fool that you always were, except you'll be have money and everyone will know who you are. But you'll still be you. Because wherever you are, there you are. Right? Wherever you go, that's you. There you are. It's taken a while for me to get that through to a lot of people, but I work on it. And I don't mean to rain on their parade, because success can be fun. It can be nice if you're well adjusted to it. But I just don't get people who off themselves when they have everything they wanted. I guess not having things is what gives a lot of people a reason to live. There was a person I knew who used to study people, which I guess is really the main job that we have here in this realm, is to study people and figure us out. He never understood why so many people remained in unhappy relationships until it dawned on him that people would rather be miserable than lonely. So he had a point there too. So, like I said, I'll show people what's in their cards. I'll talk to them about what's in their cards. I'll give them the good news and the bad news, or whatever the news is, and I don't judge them. I have no interest in judging the people unless they hurt me. Then then you'll get an earful. But that's or I'll ignore you. But no, I'm not judgmental in that regard. That is, by the way, that leads to I saw a discussion with some kid in college who was chastising somebody over the abortion issue, saying that we're not supposed to judge them. It says so, right? I looked in the Bible, she said, and it says, "Thou shalt not judge." Well, it doesn't really say that. It says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged," but that's only a piece of it. But that is, as a biblical scholar myself, that is one of the most misunderstood things in the Christian Gospels, because what they refer to is not discernment. They're not saying give up your ability to judge matters. Like eat anything you find on the floor. That's state. I'm not judging. It's just a canopy. The thing specifically refers to judging in terms of the last judgment. It refers to people who at the time were going around pronouncing who goes to heaven and who goes to the other place. And that's not supposed to be done, because that's not your province to judge that. And when they say, "Judge not, lest ye be judged," and the standard by which you judge others, you yourself will be, And what they're referring to is, like I said, it's not don't have any sense of discernment, because that's an idiotic way to go through life. What it means is don't pronounce final judgment on people. Don't judge them that way. You're not the judge. That's it. That's just I wanted to make that clear. Maybe I'll do a web page about that. I have an interesting page about the 10 Commandments at magic-works.com, magick-works.com. Take a look at that page, because especially around election time, which we mercifully we just got out of, the people make a fetish of the 10 Commandments, and they invariably cite the wrong 10. And to me, that's just hilarious. The 10 Commandment, there's only one spot in the whole of what many people call the Old Testament, as opposed to the New Improved Testament, I guess. But the original Testament, there's only one spot in that set of books where there's a reference to the 10 Commandments, and it's not the 10 that are often always cited. Take a look at that. You'll find that at magic-works.com. And there's also some information there about a classic 10 Commandments board game. One of these days, I'm going to break down and get one of those on eBay, no matter what the price. It's because it strikes me as amusing, and probably a great way to end a party. If guests aren't going home, just break out the 10 Commandment game, and they'll go home. I tell you that, they'll go home. So that's just a little bit of desultory ranting and raving that I do as a spiritual advisor. Let's shuffle them again. And a what's the word I'm looking for? A congenital loudmouth, I guess it is. I sit here and I talk, right? And then I call people, and they pay me to talk to them, and then I talk to other people, and I used to make a living talking, just all day. I used to call people up and talk to them about products. It was a very soft sell kind of thing for marketing. You just call them up and talk to them about a product that they have already probably, and just want to see if they want to get again. No cold calls, but it was an interesting life, and I met a lot of interesting people that way. Got married a couple of times out of it. So We'll deal with that another time. We'll deal with that in my autobiography, which I am going to be putting the first installment of my memoirs. Let's see, that deserves something. Let's see, let's give that a fanfare. If I ever finish this, I'm going, and there's no reason not to, since I know how it ends. I'm going to put up a piece about the winter of 1976, which was the coldest winter I had ever spent, and still have ever spent. It was freezing, and I wrote a little thing about that when I was living in a hotel in Times Square, believe it or not. The hotel has since been demolished, but that's got nothing to do with me. Honest, I got an alibi. But I was there, and it was a truly strange adventure. But that's I'm looking back. I'm sort of reflective these days as I get to be older and older. I start looking back at my life, and I suppose what I'm really doing is I'm trying to find out where it all went wrong and how I ended up here. But you see, I'm a firm believer, as the Taoist would say, that the events in a man's life are already written. It is simply up to us to go where our destiny takes us. So that also eases a lot of the judgment and pain of life too, because it's meant to be. Whatever happens, you may not like what happened, but you may find out that it was one of the best things to happen to you one of these days. Now, I know when people say to you, when something happens bad, and they say, "Well, that's a blessing in disguise," what they're really saying is you got a cosmic screwing there. But no, I think you know what I'm saying is we sometimes events as they unfold, we don't get to see them. And now, with the benefit of many, 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 many years of hindsight and a collection of photographs, I'm starting to look back at my early years, and I find it interesting. And I remember when I began getting paid as a writer. I remember an actress who chewed me out for getting paid. Boy, you've seen her too, believe me. And she thought it was hideous that I was writing and getting paid for it. I thought it was wonderful. I mean, I just put words on a piece of paper and I turned it into money. That was, a kid in his early 20s. That's a pretty hefty feeling there. That there's a lot to it. But that 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 led me on a journey. Well, frankly, that led me right here, right now, talking to you. See, everything leads to where we are. And I'd like to know how that happened and how I got here. And not that I have a problem being here with you. My only problem with doing this show is that I don't do it often enough. And I know even once a week is not enough for me. I'd love to do more. However, I can't be a hog about this. And it does get run during the off hours that I'm not on. There are reruns. But last year I did only 15 shows, and that breaks my heart. But the doctors, like I keep saying, are putting me back together again, and I'm doing pretty well. So let's we're going to be here now for the next hour, looking in the world of tarot. We're going to be reading the cards, and hang on one second. So I had a little technical adjustment I had to make, and I guess let's just drop my let's foreshorten my preamble and get right down to it, and we'll get to our first call. I'll ring a bell 3 times to declare the sacred space for readings, and I'll pull back the curtain on the magical window for Nat in Adelaide, South Australia. Hi, Nat. You're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you. It's actually daylight by me. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, well, we're just rounding up towards midnight here.
Late in the day.
Yeah, well, this is what I look at tarot to see what's going on in the future, and there you are in the future, right? So there we are.
That's it. Yeah.
So what can I look at for you tonight?
Maybe if we could have a look at my family situation.
Okay, I see an interesting dynamic here. I see happiness, but I see some people who are not happy. See, overall, there's a lot of good
Oh,
stuff, but I see at least one person who's causing trouble. Is that the way it is?
there's a few. There's a few of
Okay,
them, but
as I said, at least.
I'm, yeah.
Your position in
Sorry?
all of this, is I have the Empress card, which is the person who makes things grow and nurtures and takes care of people and helps out. So that's a very good position to be in, but you don't want to be taken advantage of in that regard.
Yeah.
There's a religious component here also, because I see the Hierophant, which means that could mean a wedding coming up in the family, or it could mean that there's some strict religious people in the family. But there will be some ceremonial religious stuff in the near future in the family. Um,
Okay.
there's cooperation. You see, this is the thing. I've got the Three of Cups, which is the completion of a matter in plenty, and it involves people in your circle helping you, and you working together with other people, and so there is cooperation. You see, but there are some people who just are are are, are a real pain in the neck, for want of a better portion of the anatomy, and they're operating in this. The Four of Rods is a happy home; everything is nice, but they're trying. They're people who are just trying to make trouble, and I don't think they're happy people, because I see they're feeling restricted, they're feeling tied up, and it's just not good, and I have the Ace of Coins here, which tells me that money is at the heart of a lot of the problems. Does that ring true for you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
It is.
you got a minefield here, is what you have, because you do have people who are good, and you have people who are, let me just say, not behaving well. I won't say they're not good,
That's right.
but
Yeah.
they're, go ahead.
The idea could be better. Yes.
So
I do have concerns though for one of our family members who's a young female, and she's involved with someone, and since she started dating him, she's changed a lot.
yeah,
Um,
let's see.
we don't know what's going on with her and whether we should be concerned for her welfare.
Okay, well, let's see what we've got here. Um, it's a new relationship, yes?
Yeah, she's in a new relationship.
Okay, because I got the Ace of Cups, and that tells me, that's aces are beginnings. The Two of Swords is like it's a relationship that isn't really progressing. Um, it's there's potential here. There's possibilities, because I'm getting happy cards, but
Okay.
it's not happening yet. So I don't see where that happiness is going to come from. I mean, it could conceivably come from the relationship or from leaving it, but
Well,
you
that's
see,
a
I've
bit
got
tricky because I've got two girls in new relationships.
yeah.
And I'm not sure which one this relates to. I'm not sure if this relates to my daughter or to my sister's daughter.
Well, the person here was recently in a relationship that didn't work out. Now that
Oh,
could
that's
be
both
both
of
of
them.
them. Okay, so because that's
Yeah.
the Five of Cups.
Would it,
You'll
would it help if
you'll
I give you names?
No, it wouldn't matter. The name wouldn't really matter here. Let me see if I can dig something else up by shuffling the cards again. And so it's a tricky thing because, like I said, overall, there's a lot of happiness and a lot of goodness in the family,
Yeah.
but a couple of people are
Yeah.
messing it up, and they're doing it
Yeah.
deliberately. But again, I don't see like any malicious intent. They're just not
Okay.
doing what they're not doing their best, shall we say? Um,
Okay. Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not getting anything else here in terms of who it might be or what. I can see that the problems are going to end. The problems are going to end, and that's the Ten of Swords. That means the worst is over. I guess we've lost you. I heard some beeping there, and you're gone. But I tell you what, just you drop me an email at asktarot@earthlink.net, and I can look at a few more cards for you to complete the reading. And now let's go a little closer to home to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, for Rose Maria. Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Great.
Little
Well,
craziness, but
let's
getting
see if we
there.
can make that. We can make that a little better, maybe. But these are crazy times, you'd have to admit, right?
Pretty much.
So, what shall we look at?
Right now, I'm just want to get out where I'm at, and a lot of craziness around me, lies and work and all that stuff, and drama. And I just want to move with a relationship and committed one. Hopefully, I've been manifesting, praying on it, and with a job too. So, trying to move forward
Well,
on that one, and
I've
not
got some.
happening.
I got some good news for you, though. I'll give you that. First of all, I have the Ace of Rods here, which is about a new job or new kind of work or promotion. Something new happening in terms of work and career. So that's coming. The Nine of Coins here says to me that you're the kind of person who does very well alone. You don't need a lot of people around you all the time. But things in your life have gotten a bit out of balance, and that's the Temperance card is here, which means balance will be restored. You'll be okay. The Five of Swords, fives are not very pleasant in tarot, and the Five of Swords is similar to the card I had for the previous reading, in which somebody's making trouble for you. But you know that, right?
Yeah, my brother.
Okay, there you
Much.
go. And but you'll come out okay. The sun is here. That's a card of healing and health and growth and happiness. And the Ace of Rods I told you about, that means that there's new work coming your way. So I think you'll come through okay. The situation as it is now is going to change. That's the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a very important card. And the next card is the Magician, which is very powerful. It's a person who can take spiritual energy and use it here on Earth. You'll okay. This is the other card that I had before in the reading. This is the Seven of Swords. This is also about somebody sneaking around and doing bad things in the background. So yeah, your brother is making trouble here. If that's who that is in your life, is really working at it. But you'll be okay. Here's the Fool card. That means you have divine protection. So this is okay. I mean, I'm seeing anytime I see something negative here, it gets wiped out by another card. So that's good. But you'll come through this okay, is what I see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's him or, he's majority of it, and work is causing a lot of drama for me too, and
Well,
a lot of
I think
friendship.
you'll have an opportunity for some good changes at work, either in the same place or a new place. That's the Ace of Rods. The work is going to get very good for you. In fact, you're going to be making more money. That's the Six of Coins, and the World card is here. That's a card of assured success. So, like I said, I see in the card I saw before in the cards that you're going to come through this okay. You'll be fine. They're not going to hurt you. You'll have
Got it.
balance back in your life. That's the main thing. Okay.
All right, cool. I
And,
appreciate it. Yeah,
and I know
I guess that's a
you.
relationship.
Yeah, I know you want that balance back, and you'll get it. You will get it. The bad stuff is ending.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
Okay. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for calling.
You too. Thanks.
Bye bye now.
Bye.
And now let's shuffle them up. Hey, we're rounding up to the end of the first half of the show. That's pretty good. Time flies. I know. I save that for the end usually. It's up to you to be the navigator. Now I'll try to use a new closing line today. Gosh, how they say time goes faster for you. You experience it faster as you get older. You remember, like, well, how old are you? Well, I'm 8.5. You're pushing that year to go by. Nobody says, I'm 74 and a half. Nobody does that anymore at that age. We just want it to slow down. But that's the way of the world. It's just beautiful how we adapt and how we change and how we grow. And if we don't grow, sometimes we have growth forced upon us. And that's where the cards come in, because it can show us what's coming. And if you want a private reading with me, drop me a line. As I mentioned, my email is asktarot@earthlink.net, and you can inquire there. You can go to magic-works.com, magick-works.com, and see the prices. And the prices there are all wrong, because I missed so many shows last year. I've made that up by offering my readings at half price. So the prices you see for the readings, slash those in half. That'll be it. That'll be the price of the readings cut in half, which means that my least expensive reading is now $5. Now that's also an homage to inflation. While everybody else is raising prices, I'm cutting them. I'm so contrarian. Chantel in Bullhead City, Arizona is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you doing tonight?
Okay, thank you.
Did I get your name all mangled up, or how do you pronounce your name?
No, you did perfect. It's Chantel.
Oh, good. Chantel, great. Thank you. What can I look at for you tonight?
Just current family situation.
Okay. I'll cut the cards and shuffle them up. And let's see what's going on. We don't have to deal with many holidays and family gatherings now for a few months. So a lot of people are pretty relaxed about that one, too. Thanksgiving around election time is very difficult for a lot of people. But, I don't think we should let mundane things like politics get in the way of the eternal things like family and relationships. And wow, this is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of duality here, which of course is something meaningless to say, but I'll explain it. I have the Chariot here, which is a person who's holding two conflicting horses in a chariot, trying to get them to go in the right direction, when one wants to go this way and one wants to go that way. And the next one I have is the Two of Coins, which is a person juggling money in two coins, juggling money, which is a way of making the money grow. But there's a duality there also, which is pretty good. But now I've got the Three of Coins, which is a completion. That's pretty good. That means that the money is going to appear. There's a successful job done. I'm not seeing anything about family per se, other than you do expend a lot of energy yourself, controlling yourself around these people. Is that correct?
I guess you could say that.
Okay, well, if it's wrong, let me know, because I'm not always right. But the Chariot card, and the Two of Coins are about balancing things and trying to get them going in the direction you want them to go, and trying to do that, of course, implies that things aren't going quite the way you want them to, and you want to change it. But the main thing here is the Three of Coins shows me that what you're trying to do, you're going to succeed at. You're going to be okay. This is, again, what I keep seeing with a lot of readings like this. There's a little bit of trouble that you have to deal with, but you are dealing with it, and you'll deal with it quite successfully, and you'll be recognized for doing a good job. How's that?
Sounds good.
Because the final card here is the Ten of Cups, which is a very good card of happiness and family. So there's a lot of potential for great happiness within your family group, but there's a bit of a struggle that you have to go through for a while. But you'll get through it. Don't let it get you down. Okay. Here's another card of success: is the World. Yes, you're headed for success. There's no doubt about it in dealing with the people in your family group. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Bye now. And let me just remind you, you're listening to Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, which is here on the Ask One Radio Network every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific, and all the other time zones around the world, too. And we've been doing this for like 11 years now, and 14 years, I'm sorry. I'm in my 14th year. Why did I say 11? I guess because I was looking back at older shows recently. And I was surprised to see how long I've been doing this. My wife and I ran a newspaper, and it was quite a successful little operation, and it was a beautiful newspaper. It was very old-fashioned. It was an actual paper, and we had no web presence. It was just a newspaper, and if people wanted it, they had to go out and get it. And we were shut down in 2020 because of the COVID lockdowns. So we decided to just stop. As long as we couldn't do it anymore, just don't do it. And it dawned on us at that point that we had been doing it for 20 years. Who knew? We were having such a blast doing it, and it was a lot. It was a living. It was great work, and it's the same thing here. That I've been doing this for so many years was shocking to me because it just seems like yesterday. But I hope I can continue doing this for a long, long time. The doctors tell me that I can. They're managing to keep me alive. Apparently, at any given moment, I only have like a few months to live. But they can extend that. See? So, but if they stop extending it, it's the dirt nap for old Uncle Eliot here. But but they all agree that as old as I am, I'm a little too young for that. So I'm with them on that. I agree with them on that one. So I'll be here with you for quite a while, and I'm hoping to do some interesting technological changes in the show in this coming year. And hey, what better time to even think of planning it than the Year of the Snake, which, as I say, began today. So let's get back to the readings. Vanessa in Winnipeg is next. Hi, how's things up in Canada?
Things are well. They're a little bit nicer weather than it has been.
Well, that's because you're going to be the 51st American state, right? You've been some pipe dreams are pretty weird,
Yeah.
don't you think? Yeah.
Yes.
We have a president who is capable of saying very strange things and stirring the pot in bizarre ways. It's almost fun. It's unpredictable, but the idea of Canada being the 51st state is remarkable on many levels. So, what can I look at for you tonight? What can I look at for you?
I guess. Oh my goodness. So there's just a few areas I want to touch on, but I guess if I was to choose one, it would be my finances.
Okay. Oh, good. I got a money card here. So that means, when you mention when a person tells me what they're interested in, and the first card I get is of the suit that relates to that, it means that the cards are responding. And the Six of Coins is the first card, and that's a card about getting money. I have 3 cards here that are all about money, by the way. The next is the five. The Five of Coins is about severe times financially. You've been going through some bad times?
Yeah, for the past 2 years.
Well, the next is the four of coins. That's I'm pausing because I can't believe I just got another coin card. I have the six of coins, the five of coins, the four of coins, and the seven of coins. Now, as if you didn't know, that means that money is very important in your life right now. So, but you knew that because you told me. The four of coins is about being very you can be very careful with what you've got, and that's good. You can marshal, even if you have limited resources, you'll do better than most people with that limited resources because you'll do better because you know how to make it last. The seven of coins is an investment paying off, but not necessarily like a stock market thing. It's like an investment in yourself. It's your belief in your life and what you're doing that you'll be okay and you'll be comfortable. The key here is that the first card is the six of coins, which is about some money, a fresh flow of money into your life. So something is coming your way that is going to supply you with cash, according to these cards. And oh gosh, here's the ten of coins. That's a card of just great happiness and ancestors and your position in the family and the lineage and the heritage and it's all. And there's 14 money cards and you've got five of them, one after the other. So the money is very good, and the only negative card here is the five of coins about money troubles, but that's more in the past. I see you getting out of that. I see you getting out of that quite easily. Oh God, here's another one. Here's the king of coins. That's a mastery of money. This year is going to be a money year for you, and you're going to do very well with that. Okay, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, thank the good Lord.
Yeah, I have no doubt that the opportunities are coming, and you'll be able to do what you can with them. And would it surprise you if I tell you here's the eight of coins? The eight of coins is about new work and applying yourself diligently to it, and maybe learning new stuff and being recognized for your achievement and success in this new work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 14 cards. You've got 7 of them. Wow. This is definitely the year that the money comes into your life and you use it wisely and you get what you want. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and make an actual prediction here because these cards are fabulous here. They're wonderful, and it all starts with somebody presenting you like when somebody has a business idea and I get that six of coins, it means they're going to get an investor. So this is about money coming in. It's about money going in towards you. Now, here's a card that isn't money. It's the Ace of Cups, and that tells me that you're going to be emotionally doing very well. It's very good. I guess once the money strain is relieved, you'll do well. And there's the Ace of Rods, which is about a new job, new career opportunities. So it's a period of new beginnings for you, either financially, emotionally, and business-wise. You're going to have a good year. Things that you've been hoping for are going to gel this year, according to these cards. Okay?
Okay, that's really good news to hear because I've been, my mental health has been declining
I'll bet.
because of it.
Tell me about it. I know what you mean. There's nothing worse than this kind of stress. Oh gosh, here's the page of coins. Every single card I have for you is coins. Every one. That's like 9 cards now. The pages are interesting cards. The page of coins. The pages mean the physical manifestation of what the suit represents. Now we know what the coins represent. And the physical manifestation means that money is coming into your life. That's a verification of what I saw in the 6. This is quite definitely going to be a money year for you. And here's the 9 of coins. No, this is just getting, it's like the deck is being sarcastic now, because I'm getting nothing but coin cards for you. I think This happened to me once before. I believe I had, because I have a book on tarot reading for anybody who wants to learn tarot reading. It's called Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, like this show, but it comes with a CD. And in that CD, there's readings. And one of the readings is something where one card after the other is in the same suit for a person, and it relates to exactly what she asked me about. And that was years and years ago, and I only happened to have that because I managed to put that on that recording. Here, it's happening again. All of these cards show nothing but money. And the nine of coins is about the solitary pleasure and payment payoff coming your way, and being able to get enjoy good things in life. So I think that all that stress is out of there.
Well,
But
that's very reassuring to know.
and it's weird. I don't know. Somebody may know what the odds are in a deck of 72 cards to have like 9 cards of the same suit show up one after the other. But that is not ordinary. That is way out of the ordinary. So these cards are definitely sending you a message, which is this is your money year. 2025 is your money year.
Wow. That's
so
really good news. That's like music to my ears.
and the Ace of Cups means that emotionally you'll be doing very well. Because the mental and emotional toll is tremendous when there's financial problems.
When you can't concentrate at work because that's all you think about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm aware of it. In fact, that thing I was talking about earlier, I wanted to write. I'm finishing up a piece about the winter of 1976 when I was freezing, and that was that because of a weird living situation, I was left without a place to live, and I was the deadline was coming, and it was really eating away at me. So I know that feeling. I'm not spoiling anything here, and I tell you though, for the first time, the company I worked for decided to give out bonuses that year, and I had enough money to rent a room in a hotel for 2 weeks, which is all I needed. It just tided me over. So I assure you, I know what that is like when you have this oppressive concern weighing you down, and then like that, it's gone. And I see that coming your way. If I can pull one more card for you, it is the Six of Rods, and that is a card of great success. So there's money, there's emotional well-being, there's good changes at work, and this is also a career card, the Six of Rods, but it's a very strong card about success, and you're going to be you got a great year coming. Here, judgment shows rebirth. It shows people being reborn, and that's how you're going to feel. Okay, I'm very excited for you.
I do appreciate that, and it means a lot to me that you just shared your story with me, because it does give me hope. And I mean, for my job that I have right now, it's just not enough to pay for everything I need to pay for. So I have been looking for other positions. So it really is a blessing that you just told me all that stuff.
Yes, and I see a new position opening up for you to either accept or reject, but I do see new possibilities coming your way. So I'm going to light a white candle to send more positive energy your way, and although you really have a set of cards that are a blessing, and I think you'll do quite well. Okay, so keep me posted. I'd like to know how it works out.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again.
My pleasure. Bye now. And let's see, we have a few minutes left. Let's go to Christine in Hawaii. Hi, you're on with Reverend Eliot. Aloha. How are you? How are you?
Good,
we got a
thank
little
you.
bit of feedback. We got a little echo feedback going here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So what are we doing now? What are you in, like, Thursday morning there?
No, we're in, what's today? Today is Wednesday evening.
Oh, okay. So, like, here in
Yes.
New York City, it's 11 o'clock Wednesday. I know I never
Oh,
get
it's,
this.
it's 6 o'clock. Yes. It was 5 hour time difference. I'm 5 hours
Yeah, I never get this international dateline stuff either. Which is. I mean, that to me. That's like Superman flying around the world and changing things. So I don't
Right,
know.
right.
So it's just like it's just another time zone. Like California is 4 hours and you're 5.
Yes.
Great. Now that I've figured that out, what can I do for you?
I'd like to look at health and possibly a relationship would be lovely.
Okay. Now, of course, I always say to anybody asking me about health issues, always check with healthcare professionals, because you don't if you know something is bothering you, have it checked out, even if you're wrong. It's good to know that you're wrong. Then. Let's see, what do we have here?
I have
What
a
do we?
slew. I have a slew of practitioners. I have a lot of people
Oh,
on my
good,
side. Yeah.
good. I'm up to my eyeballs in doctors. It's scary. Um, interesting cards here. There's changes. There's positive changes coming in your life. There's no doubt about it. The first card is the Ten of Cups. That's a card of great happiness and joy and family and happy home. The Judgment card is about rebirth. The Six of Swords is here. That's about getting from where you are to where you want to be in life through your own willpower and your own energy. Some decks call that card science because of that.
Okay.
But it's so you're working at what you want. The tower struck by lightning is here. That means there'll be a period of sudden, rapid change coming shortly. And the Queen of Rods is here, and that's good. That's a woman who can be in control of her career and work life. And the Ace of Cups that's come up 3 times tonight at least, as I recall. That's about the beginning of happiness and enjoyment and emotional fulfillment. And wow, here's the Fool card. That means you've got divine protection. So even if there was anything bad here in these cards, it would be eliminated by that. You have the
Okay.
Death card, which is very good. The Death card means the end of one period in your life and the beginning of another one. So you may feel that this is happening, that you're about to enter a new phase in your life. And according to these cards, it's going to be very good. It's going to be a very good era of your existence. Successful, I see. That's the Six of Rods. Well balanced. That's the Temperance card. Money and romance and happiness are here. That's the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Coins. It's very good. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of upheaval and change, but you'll come out much better.
Okay.
It's not going to be nasty. Let me put it that way. Personally, I don't like any change, but this is going to be very good for you.
I've been through a lot of changes in the last few years. So, yeah, lots of big stuff taken away
Yeah.
and death and losing my house to a hurricane and, yeah, all kinds of
Oh
crazy
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Ten of Coins is here too. By the way, that's good too. That means that you're going to do well, not just financially, but in terms of family and happiness. And the same with the Four of Rods. I mean, your happy home is going to be restored. That was the balance card.
Mm-hmm.
The Temperance card means balance restored, which means things got thrown out of balance, things got thrown out of whack. That would be the tower struck by lightning. Then perhaps I'm reading it wrong. It's not going to be in the future. That's what just happened to you in the last year. The sudden cataclysm.
It was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, which in the scheme of things is yesterday.
That's
This
true.
is
Yeah.
so that's a cataclysmic event. The tower struck by lightning that changes us. But what I see is that it's going to change you for the better. It's working out very well for you, despite the pain and the suffering. You'll come out of it a better person. The world is here. That is a card that means assured success. You've gotten several success cards here, so I think your period of bad stuff happening is over.
Yeah.
I see the bad stuff. I see like the 5 of coins here, which is money problems, and but see, the Empress is you have spiritual powers.
Yeah.
You are a spiritual worker, yes.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's clear to me here, and you know how to get through it. Here's the card I was hoping to see, is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords means that the worst is over, that life threw the worst it had at you, and you're still here, and you're going to get up. That's a card that scares a lot of people because it shows a person lying face down in the mud with 10 swords in her back. But that doesn't mean you're dead. That means they threw the worst at you, but you're going to get up. So, that's the somebody. There was a guy who used to run a Hearst newspaper. He was once asked what life was, and he said life is one damn thing after another. And I agree with that. Listen, I got to go. I've only got 2 minutes left, so I'm going to wrap up. But I see a good year coming for you. So be well and Happy New Year. Bye bye now.
Mahalo.
And that's it. We've come to the end of another edition of Reverend Eliot Shoots His Mouth Off for an Hour. I mean, Reverend Eliot's Magical Window. And if you want to get in touch with me, that would be asktarot@earthlink.net is the email. You can find the contact form at askoneradio.com. You can find a way to get in touch with me at my website. You can go to the website, magic-works.com. I strongly recommend you do that, because there's lots of interesting, fun stuff there. There's the wonderful old movie with Anna May Wong called When Were You Born?, which is there. Given the Chinese New Year starting today, I decided to highlight that on Twitter today. You can find me at Reverend Eliot, at Rev Eliot at Twitter, and we can chat there too. So I am out of time. That sounds ominous. Let me rephrase that. The show is running into completion here. And given my precarious health state, I don't like to say I'm out of time. Let me put it that way. So join me again next week for Reverend Eliot's Magical Window, and maybe there'll be some interesting changes. In that case, we'll see each other, if you catch my drift. I'll see you back then. And remember, till we get together again, who you are is the universe's gift to you. Who you become, that is your gift right back to the universe. And the universe is always paying attention. Bye-bye now. See you next week.